Continuing in why the PL-89 starts with the number 8, we just talked about Jacob and Esau being born in the year 2108 from creation. Again, this is taken from Codex Judaica, a Jewish history timeline by Rabbi Matis Cantor, although it can be verified in other sources, Jewish encyclopedias as well. Benjamin, the son of Jacob, was born in the year 2208 from creation. Jacob comes to Egypt with the 70 souls that Jacob takes his family to Egypt in the year 2238 from creation. Again, 8. Just to recap, the important thing was that the PL-89 calendars started with the number 8 based on a verse in the book of Leviticus, chapter 25:20, that the 8th year at the 9th year. So that was the basis of why the calendar should start at 8 and 9. And the question was, what is so important about 8 that the PL-89 calendar should start at 8 and continue on that way? Why 8? And it was explained in a previous video that 8, the major monumental, fundamental, historical, crucial events of Jewish history happened when the last digit was 8. And we talked about Abraham being born in 1948 from creation, the bris Beit Asarim, the covenant between the parts, 2018, Abraham's bris, Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed, and Isaac being born, 2048, Jacob and Esau in 2108, Benjamin in 2208, 2238, Jacob comes to Egypt. 2368, Moses is born. 2368, the first leader slash redeemer slash Messiah figure of Israel was born in 2368, an 8 at the end. And Goel is the gematria 40, and this is based on a cutoff point of 40, just as a side point. And Moses was 40 years old when he left Egypt, and 80 when he came back. It went in 40s. Anyway, 2368, Moses is born. And the year 2448 is when the Exodus story happened. 2448 is when the sea was split. These are major events, splitting of the sea. 2448, the law, the Torah was given on Sinai. 2448. Moses passes away 40 years later in 2488. The Jews cross the Jordan and into the Promised Land in that same year, 2488. In 2928, the building of the first temple, Solomon's temple. In 3298, Jeremiah began to preach. This was during the time of the first temple. In the year 3338, the sacrifices of the first temple had stopped. And in the year 3408, the second temple started to be rebuilt, the time of Ezra, Nehemiah. In the year 3448, Shimon the Tzaddik met Alexander the Great, and in that same year, 3448, Shimon the Tzaddik passed away. In 3728, Hillel became the Nasi, and Hillel was the major figure in the Mishnah and in the establishment of rabbinic Judaism. 3788, the Sanhedrin moved out of the second temple and I think they went to Yavne. I'm not sure where they went exactly, but it was 3788. Again, another significant year with an 8 at the end. Now jumping forward in history a lot to the establishment of Hasidic Judaism, the year 5458 from creation, the Baal Shem Tov was born, 58. In the year 5558, the Vilna Gaon passed away. In the year 1948, which was the year 5708, was the establishment of the State of Israel. And in the year 2018 was 70 years of the establishment of the State of Israel. And that explains just some of the reasons why we start at 8 and the PL-89 calendar. It shows how important the number 8 is in Jewish history, to the Jewish people, God's covenant people, to whom the promises of God have been made, and the history of the beginning of the world until the history of the end of the world have a direct connection between God and the Jewish people, and that would explain the number 8 in the PL-89 calendar.